Okay, thought I'd do a quick video, show the games that are in the game room now, and all the add-ins and mods that we did to Twilight Zone. So here's the collection now. We've got Terminator 2. There's Twilight Zone right here. A real loud clock, especially when the glass is off. No Good Gophers. And I got this special topper for the top of it right here. And then Black Knight 2000. And I got a special light to light that up too. So, Twilight Zone, we added a lot of stuff to this since I got it. Let's see where we can start at. First of all, we added the LED lights to it. Sometimes the LEDs look real bright when you do a video. Actually, it doesn't look too bad in this. Sometimes people take pictures of these and it looks as bright as the sun, but it looks like they're fine here. First thing I did was put a LED set in here that I bought off the guy that I got the game from. The first thing I added in there. Here's a quick, easy thing that I added that I thought looks kind of neat, was this trim that's on here. It's actually trim for a car, 3/4 inch trim that I put around the edges of the back here. Down below, you probably see it's been running right now. The most expensive add-in for the game is the color display. Instead of it being in orange, like the normal ones are like this, it is in color. Of course, it goes into Twilight Zone. You can kind of see some here. When the graphics come on, it looks a lot better. Let's take a look at what else was done to the game. First add-in that I did, I'll start at the back here, was the Gumball Machine Light mod. This Gumball Machine back here, it looks really bright in here, but looks fine if you're looking at it in person. There is a light board that gets put in the top that lights it white on either side, and then it blinks red in the middle when you're supposed to try to load the Gumball machine. The gumballs you can see on the sides, that's also another add-in, and all that is Chinese checkers marbles, and they look just like gumballs, really shiny glass marbles, and they look more realistic than the ones that came with the game, which were plastic ones. If we look in the back, if you look along the back, you can see a graphic that goes all the way along with different things from the Twilight Zone. That was not in there. That was a graphic I bought online to put in there. Right here, we can see the Robbie the Robot that I added in here. If you hit it up that ramp, that is, you'll see that there's a Robbie the Robot right here. Everything in this game is themed after different episodes of the Twilight Zone, other than the Gumball Machine and the power that's up here, the magnetic field up at the top. Those were just put in for the game. Other things that I added on, if you look over here on this light, you will see this graphic over the top of it. This I printed on my label printer at work and basically copied off of somebody else's and kind of redrew it all, found the fonts, found a star background. Next to that, this was another one that I added in. This is just plain steel, same with this before, and added this one on here. Found that phrase online, used Photoshop and stuff to add it in and make it clear. Added just that little spiral on there just for fun, so that was the easiest thing to make. Let's see, moving along to the back. Of course, there is the TV set, probably the coolest little thing that got added in here. What this is this is a Beverly Hillbillies Hallmark ornament. They also had a Twilight Zone one, but since we're taking the screen out anyway, it didn't matter which one you used, and it was only like $5 for the ornament on eBay. Inside of it is a photo keychain that is wired up into the game now, and I've put different photos in there from different episodes of the Twilight Zone, along with the opening titles. And then just for fun, I also have Tower of Terror stuff in here from Disney. A little add-in from myself more than anything, I guess. And now you can kind of see here's the door and different things that come up in there. Eventually what would be added to this is underneath the clock right here. This is the piano hole. There's a piano, that plastic piano. Actually, the one we have is a Christmas ornament that just goes underneath here, and there'll be a piano. It looks similar to that goes under there and comes up in front of this right here. And that thing takes a lot of work to do that. So that one has not been added in here yet. And then there is the slot machine. If I can get a ball out, I can start a game up here. I'll show it at the end. When you hit the ball up this ramp back here where the robot's at, it'll come back around. It'll come right down here. The ball will actually hit the slot machine and spin. You can probably see that on there. That. So there's that, and then the little light on the top, which is wired in to this light right here. Let's see what else we got. There's the camera shot from the camera episode on the Twilight Zone, you can see right here. And then added into that was this camera keychain, which looks very similar to the one you can see on the playfield right there. And that light is wired into the camera light right here, so they both go off at the same time. Let's see. This was the magnetic playfield at the top. Did I add anything up there? I don't think so, other than the LED lights. Let's see. LEDs. I added these spotlights in, which you can see right here. There's this one right here, and then the other one right here that lights the playfield up better. Also right here is the rocket. That I had found on eBay, and actually the back where the flame comes out was just a piece of paper with some like sparkly stuff on it, so the light would light that up, and I didn't like what that looked like. We might change this to something else. Believe it or not, the back on that, all that is the inside of like a syringe for medicine, cut into that shape and glue gunned on. When I start a game up, you'll see it light up. It doesn't light the whole thing up, it only lights up the bottom, but maybe at some point we can figure something else out that'll make that look better. I feel like I'm going to forget something that we put in here. This light down here, you can kind of see some light shining down from the bottom. That was another add-in. If I go back around here, you can see there's lights in there that lights that up. That's another thing you can buy online. You can buy like everything for this game online. Little other add-ins I put in. There's these little circles right here to protect these from getting hit and broken. This is called a Cliffy protector right here. You can see this metal right here. This is kind of worn down to the wood right here, and it protects it from further damage. Let's see, what else did we do? Usual stuff, new rubbers, flipper rubbers. These are called super bands. I have them in all my games. They're not rubber, they're like a polyurethane, and they do not wear out like regular rubber does, so they last a long time. Makes the game a little bit faster too, I think. I still think I'm gonna... another add-in is the light up flipper buttons. They have different settings you can set them on. The ones I have on right now, pulse, so you can kind of see it. It changes, there it goes, dimming and coming back on. Added this little knob here. This looked like the Powerball that's in the game. There's actually a white ceramic ball if you get into Powerball mode that can come out, and so that kind of matched up with that, so I thought that looked good on there. Would like to paint this door from now on. In this darkness it looks good, but it's kind of worn out. I usually buff these legs out too when you get new games. They're kind of rusty. Didn't do that yet. Between the machines you can see that there's a subwoofer that is hooked up. There's 2 games hooked up to each subwoofer. I have one hooked up to Terminator 2 and Twilight Zone right there. And then there's another subwoofer down here that's hooked up to Black Knight and No Good Gophers. So let me see if I can put on something here. Start the game up. The clock is loud as hell when it resets. It's less loud with the glass on. I have the glass off so I can point everything out. So you'll see here, I actually have the Powerball in play right now. I just didn't realize that I had it. If you'll hit it in here, you'll see the rocket go off. Put it in here. This is the Powerball. Let me stop it. It's a white ceramic ball. And actually right now the game didn't recognize it. It should be in a different mode. The different graphics and stuff that are in color. Now it has realized I'm the Powerball. Let it go on the bottom. Why is the clock loud blast off? Let's see what other things can I show you. I don't think I can get the magnets to go off right now. Yeah, one more look at everything. Lots of stuff added. There's still more junk that you can add into this game. There's graphics that can go on here. We don't have the piano in there yet. There's You can make this mirrors, or they have graphics that you can put on there. And I'm probably forgetting a bunch of other junk that they had. They have a pyramid that you can put on right here that lights up. If you put all this stuff in, it's probably just going to look like a toy store. And it already does as is, but it's pretty cool, all this stuff. So I think that's pretty much a good overview of this. I feel like I'm forgetting something else that I've added in here. There's so many things, but I think that's about it. Also have the color display for Gophers as well. And Black Knight used to be in the other room, but after selling Tales from the Crypt and roller games, I moved it in here and I'm back to having 4 games. I think that's probably good enough, especially when I have the top rated game. So, there you go.